With summer almost upon us, we're going to check out the most anticipated movies coming out from May till the end of this year. This will be a quick overview on what I think will do well at the box office and movies I think will struggle. Stick around till the end to see my 3 picks for this year. Right, let's kick off with Furiosa, the Mad Max sequel with no Mad Max. Anya Taylor-Joy stars as a young Furiosa who falls into the hands of a great biker horde led by the warlord Dementus, played by Chris Hemsworth. Sweeping through the wasteland, they arrive at the Citadel ruled by Immortal Joe, and Furiosa finds herself in a battle to find her way home. I predict this to do well, but not as well as the Tom Hardy, Charlize Theron-led original. Megalopolis, a 2024 American epic science fiction drama, marks a major return for legendary filmmaker Francis Ford Coppola. The film is a passion project of his that has been brewing since the 80s at the cost of $120 million, largely funded by himself. The film boasts an impressive ensemble cast including Adam Driver, Giancarlo Esposito, Nathaniel Emmanuel, Aubrey Plaza, Shia LaBeouf and many others. I want to say this is going to do really well because I'm a big fan of Francis Ford Coppola, but I've got a feeling this is going to be a big turkey. Fingers crossed it's not. The Bike Riders is a 2024 American drama film written and directed by Jeff Nichols. It tells a fictional story inspired by the 1967 photo book of the same name by Danny Lyon, depicting the lives of the Outlaws MC, a Chicago-based motorcycle gang. The film stars Jodie Comer, Austin Butler, Tom Hardy, Michael Shannon, Michael Feist and Norman Reedus. Filmed on a modest budget, I think this will do okay for how much it's being made for. I don't think it's going to make a lot of money, but I do think it's going to be a fan favourite. Maxine continues the chilling narrative of the X film series as a gripping American slasher saga. Following the harrowing events of X, the film sees Mia Goth reprising her role as Maxine, the sole survivor of a brutal massacre. Set against the vibrant yet cutthroat backdrop of 80s Hollywood, Maxine's pursuit of fame and success is shadowed by a sinister presence, the Night Stalker, a relentless killer who stalks her every move. Maxine promises to blend the dark allure of Hollywood's golden age with the stark terror of survival. With a fantastic ensemble cast including Kevin Bacon, Michelle Monaghan, Bobby Cannavale, Giancarlo Esposito and Elizabeth Debicki, I actually think this is going to do really well. On this modest budget again, but this looks like a cracker. Fly Me to the Moon is an upcoming American romantic comedy drama that captures the essence of the 60s space race with a charming and humorous twist. Directed by Greg Berlanti and penned by Rose Gilroy, the film weaves a captivating narrative around an unconventional love story between a savvy marketing specialist and a dedicated NASA director. Set against the backdrop of one of the most dynamic periods in American history, their relationship unfolds amid the tension and excitement of the race to the moon. This looks really promising, and I love the cast and I love the 60s backdrop, and especially the space race stuff I think is fascinating, but I've got a feeling this isn't going to do great. Deadpool and Wolverine is slicing its way into the MCU as film number 34, packing a punch with Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman teaming up for some timeline-tampering antics. Directed by Sean Levy, this high-octane mashup pulls our favourite merc and mutant into a time-variance authority mission that promises to shake up MCU history. With the big build-up on social media over the past year, I've got a feeling this one's going to be pretty big. Everyone's pretty excited to see these two come together on screen for the first time, so I've got a feeling this is going to be a hit for Marvel. Twisters rolls back into the disaster film scene as a standalone sequel to the 1996 blockbuster Twister. Directed by Lee Isaac Chung and penned by Mark L. Smith from a story by Joseph Kosinski, this new storm-chasing adventure promises to ramp up the intensity. Produced by Frank Marshall and Patrick Crowley, the film features a fresh cast with Daisy Edgar Jones, Glenn Powell and Anthony Ramos taking the lead. Get ready for high-stakes action and breathtaking effects as Twisters aims to take audiences by storm with its thrilling depiction of nature's most formidable phenomena. I have a feeling this one's going to catch some buzz with a new audience and definitely resonate with nostalgia for the old audience. I have a feeling this is going to do well at the box office. Trap marks M. Night Shyamalan's latest foray into the psychological thriller genre, featuring a welcome return from Josh Hartnett in a story about a serial killer caught in a police sting while at a concert with his daughter. With Ariel Donahue, Salika Shyamalan, Hayley Mills and Alison Pill rounding out the cast, this film teases a suspenseful setup ripe with Shyamalan's signature twists. As Trap prepares to captivate audiences, fans are hopeful that this will be the movie where M. Night reverses his recent streak and delivers a true return to form. I'm hopeful for this one. It looks really promising and I've really liked a lot of Shyamalan's early work. I've got a feeling this will be popular later on, but not at the box office. Alien Romulus, the 7th entry in the Alien saga, bridges the gap between Alien and Aliens. Directed by Fade Alvarez and featuring a vibrant young cast including Kaylee Spaney and Isabella Merced, this chapter propels a group of space colonists into a harrowing encounter on a derelict space station. Emphasising old-school practical effects, Alien Romulus not only promises to captivate but also delivers a palpable sense of horror akin to the first two movies. This return to classic filmmaking techniques combined with a fresh talent could make it the first truly impressive entry in the Alien franchise for a really, really long time. I'm very excited about this one. Ridley Scott apparently has been heaping it with praise, but I have a feeling that the last few entries of the Alien saga have really marred its reputation, and I think it'll do well on streaming, but I have a feeling it's not going to do well at the box office. Beetlejuice takes us straight back into the eerie and eccentric world of Tim Burton. The original Beetlejuice was a sleeper hit that became a cult classic, blending the bizarre with the hilarious in ways that no one saw coming. Now, with Michael Keaton, Winona Ryder and Catherine O'Hara reprising their iconic roles, and fresh talents like Jenna Ortega and Willem Dafoe joining the fray, the sequel faces the tall task of living up to its predecessor's legacy. I would have loved to have seen a Halloween release for Beetlejuice, but unfortunately it's September it is. I think it's going to do well, I think it's going to be very popular, and I think it will have a fast opening weekend. Whether it can sustain that momentum is another question altogether, but I'm looking forward to this one. Joker, Folie à Deux returns to Gotham's gritty streets in a bold new format. A musical psychological thriller. Yep. Directed by Todd Phillips, this sequel follows the surprise smash hit of 2019, Joker, which unexpectedly captivated audiences with its dark, standalone portrayal of the iconic villain, earning critical acclaim and a dedicated fanbase. Joaquin Phoenix reprises his deeply unsettling role, now joined by Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn. As the film introduces significant musical elements, there's both excitement and concern over how this will mesh with the established tone, particularly with Gaga's role, involving a heavy dose of singing. With returning cast members like Zazie Beetz and new faces Brendan Gleeson and Catherine Keener, Joker, Folie à Deux is poised to challenge traditional superhero narratives once again. Now, everyone's been going on about the singing in this movie, me included, and initially I thought this is a very odd turn that Todd Phillips has chosen because of the success of the original and how he's kind of basically doing a complete U-turn. I have a funny feeling this is going to be another big hit for Todd Phillips. Kraven the Hunter, starring Aaron Taylor Johnson and directed by J.C. Chandor, is the final major release of the year from Sony's Spider-Man universe. Despite facing several delays, this film carries substantial expectations as it concludes the cinematic year. Kraven aims to delve into the complex psyche of one of Marvel's most enigmatic anti-heroes. Marvel isn't exactly riding a crest of a wave at the moment, so they really need this one to land. After the absolutely awful and hilarious Madam Web, another entry in the Sony's Spider-Man universe, the film's failure to resonate with audiences or critics puts additional pressure on this subsequent release. Aaron Taylor Johnson is great. I just don't think this is going to be what people are looking for now. I think we really have moved out of this Marvel superhero phase that we've been in for the past decade. I'm going to go for this being a bit of a flop. So to conclude, my three picks are going to be Joker, Folie à Deux, Beetlejuice, and Deadpool 3. I think those three are the ones that are going to do really well at the box office. Everything else I think is going to do okay, but this is not a banner year for brilliant movies being released, unfortunately. This is what we have, so tell me what you think below. Do you think those three are going to do it? Do you agree with my list? Do you think these are the films that are going to do well? I'd like to know your picks. Let me know, because in December we're going to do a rundown and see if I was right or not. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. It really does make a difference to the channel. See you in the next one.